right, Chapter 9 Workbook Key I've now made available. So, did I? I just unpublished it. There we go, published. So you can go back and check your work on all that. Chapter 10 Workbook. Zach asked yesterday if we were doing it. I said yes. I guess he couldn't find it. But it is on there. Maybe I need to throw a due date on there. When shall we make that? Wednesday enough time? A week from today? '17th it is. I want to look at that today. What else have I messed up on Canvas? Oh, I need to give you a Chapter 10 quiz. That's what I need to do. I have to look at that. All right, let's take a roll and then let's rock. Hey, hippity hoppity. You ready to talk about cadences today? No. What about perfect cadences? All right. Chapter 10 workbook. See? You see? It's like clockwork. Chapter 10. Are we done with Chapter 10? Did we go over everything? I think we did. We started the workbook yesterday, didn't we? Okay. Let me look at the quiz real quick. See how hard it is. All right, here's the quiz. It consists of 4 things. A, B, C, D. That's not true. Is that true? What is going on? No. I have something in the wrong spot. I have the same page twice. It consists of 2 things. So the quiz is simply part A. On a separate piece of paper, provide a formal diagram of the following excerpt, similar to those that appear in the text. So they don't want you to write your diagram on the staff. And I think that's pretty commonplace not to. Be sure to show phrase labels, A prime, X prime, and cadence types. Each phrase is 4 measures long. It's nice they gave us that info. In addition, name the form of measures 1 through 8 and the form of measures 1 through 16. Notice that the key is C major. And I'll just tell you it's Mozart Piano Sonata. But I won't tell you which one. There's only 18 of them with 3 movements apiece. It's a lot. I challenge you, listen to them all. Okay. So we're marking things like phrases, sentences, repeated sentences, parallel double periods, antecedent consequence, A's and B's, X's and X's, primes. And hopefully after today, you'll feel more comfortable being able to do that and be a pro star at it. All right, and then question B is also provide a formal diagram of the following excerpt, similar to those that appear in the text. Be sure to show phrase labels A prime, X prime, etc., and cadence types. Each phrase is 4 measures long. In addition, the name of the form of measures 9 through 16 and the form of measures 1 through 16. The key here is B flat major. So that's our quiz. I'll just throw it up and give you plenty of time to do it one day. Not one day. One day I'll put it on. You'll get a lot of time to do it. We all right with that? Did we get quiz 9 done? All right. Chapter 10 workbook. Here we go. Let's get my screen shared. How's that looking? We can see it all right? Okay. Cadences, phrases, periods, and sentences. Did we do A last time? Sorry. Did we do this? Doesn't look familiar. Or I was going to make you do it on your own or something. Let's touch base here. I had a private student last night using the Canadian books, and we got something like this. Okay, root position IAC. What do we need to have?
Melody, or the tonic is not in the melody.
Okay. What chords do we need? Let's start with that.
5-1.
5-1. True or false? Both of these chords have to be in root position to have an IAC.
False.
Yeah, to have a root position IAC, they both need to be in root position, but to have an inverted IAC, one of them is not going to be. The 5 probably is not going to be. You with me? Okay. So, they want us to come up with 3 chords. What goes to 5? 2 can go to 5. Predominant, right? So, A major. My 5 chord is going to be some kind of what? You guys are being so polite, waiting for the other person to answer. I really appreciate that. But somebody say something. All right, I got my charty chart. I'm ready. I'm ready to share my charty chart. Stop the share. Start the share. Desktop. Share. Can you see my charty chart now? We are in A major. A is my 1. B is going to be my 2. E is going to be my 5. That's all I need for this example. So I'm going to have an E, G sharp, and a B. Going to A, C sharp, and E. 2 to 5 to 1. How do you want to put this on there? Does it really matter?
We need 3 sharps, right?
We need how many sharps?
3.
3 sharps. F sharp, C sharp, G sharp. Father Charles goes. Good. Okay, 2 chords. Somebody spell it for me.
The 2 chord is B, D, F sharp.
All right. B. B in the bass. B, F sharp tenor, D. Gonna double my root. I'm gonna make it a 5/7. Is that horrible? Ooh, I can't do that. Okay, I'm gonna probably do this wrong. Find some things that I broke. Some part writing rules that I didn't pay attention to. What do you think? What do you think? Does it work? Except for we did exactly what we weren't supposed to do. And we put the melody in the soprano. Or the tonic in the soprano. Shall we totally frustrate it? We have to, don't we? Or we have to rewrite it. What do you want to do? That sounds horrible. Let's work backwards, shall we? I'm going to go fa mi. What do you think of this plan? This one's going on the highlight reel. Teaching class. No one's listening or saying anything. It's just me talking to myself. I'm going to get so many hits on YouTube. Everyone's like, yay, free answers for coming to class. I love dog B theory. It's a sharp sign, not a natural sign. All right, here we go. Does this work? Thoughts, comments? What part writing rules did I break? Did we satisfy everything? Are we confused? Do you just hate me today? I'm kind of confused. I don't know where the answer key is. There should be an answers to selected exercises, and they left A completely off. That's cool. Does everyone see what we're doing? Questions? All right, the next one is a deceptive cadence in minor. Why are they saying to be careful?
You have to go to the major sixth on this?
Do we? Is that it?
Because in the major key, the deceptive cadence would be going to the minor sixth.
Ah. So what does that mean?
This is not a major key.
So it's going to,
I'm guessing goes to major sixth.
which is going to require.
I don't know, different chords.
Well, why are they saying be careful?
Because it's a major sixth and a minor, or maybe
So what does that require us to write?
Is there an F sharp?
Ah, an accidental.
Because you need a 5 before it, I guess.
So if we're in G minor, and we're going 5, and we're going to go to a major 6, which is not a 7. Does it require any accidentals? I'm trying to figure out this careful. Why are they telling me to be careful?
The F has to be, the F has to be sharp because it's the fifth is a major.
Yes, I agree. But the 6 doesn't change any, doesn't have any accidentals, correct? They're just really worried about us. I'm confused. Anybody else? Are we all right? Ah, this is what they're talking about. I knew it was here somewhere. Okay, remember that a 5 to 6 involves special part writing problems. Review example 6-9 on page 88. Page 88 says the progression 5 to 6 or major 5 to major 6 is known as the deceptive progression for reasons that will become clear in the next chapter. In terms of voice leading, the deceptive progression presents some special problems. In most cases, the leading tone, scale degree 7, moves parallel with the bass, resolving up to the tonic, whereas the other two voices move down, contrary to the bass, to the next available chord tones. This results in a doubled third in the 6 or major 6 chord, as in example 6-9 A and B. In the major mode, if the leading tone is in an inner voice, it may move down by step to scale degree 6, as in example 6-9 C, because the lack of resolution is not so apparent to the ear. This is not acceptable in the minor mode, however, because of the awkward interval of the augmented second that occurs, as in example 6-9 D. That is why they are telling us to be careful. Does that make sense to everyone?
I remember that now, yeah.
What page was that on again?
That's on page 88. So let me draw that up. So what they're saying is, we know we're going to go 5 to 6, correct? And they're both going to be major.
What are you going to eat before this is done? Because this ain't going to be done before school starts.
So we're going to have a D here
While you're waiting for this.
and a D here
Do you want an apple granola
and an
bar?
F sharp and an A.
Graham crackers? That seems to be all you're eating these days.
You guys know about deceptive cadences in minor, right?
Yes, I do.
Excellent.
Hurry up. This pan's not even going to be hot by the time you're to have school. So what do you want? Leave the snake alone, please.
Anybody want an extra roommate? I'm giving one away.
Maybe an apple? Excellent.
Maybe 2.
I don't know that I have any more inside red apples.
No takers. Okay, if we put an E flat here,
Any more of those ones? You want me to cut this up?
we have the interval of an augmented second.
Oh, I only gave up.
which is against the norms. So we can't have that. So they're saying double this. And we're okay. Can't double the root on a scale degree 6 in minor. Or we're going to get that augmented second. With me? B flat, E flat, A flat? Is that right? 3 flats, C minor?
It's for G minor, it's 2.
Sorry. B flat, relative major, yep. Do we know what we're doing? Let's just fill in the last 2 blanks for each cadence to make sure we're all on the same page. Will that be helpful? Half cadence goes what to what?
Anything to 5.
Anything to 5. So it doesn't matter what you put here. You can put anything there. Inverted IAC.
One or both chords are inverted.
Okay, so 5 to 1.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put a 5-6. Is that allowed? Okay, pack.
5 to 1. Tonic in the melody.
What is a PC?
Plagal cadence.
Which is what?
4 to 1.
4 to 1. Also called the Amen cadence, yeah? Leading tone IAC.
Some form of the diminished 7 to 1.
Excellent.
Question 6, it's minor because D minor.
Oh, okay. I guess. So both are minor, correct? Phrygian half cadence. What is that?
4 inverted 4 to 5. Minor.
You remember this from our chart yesterday? Four, 6 to 5, yeah? And that happens in the minor mode, right? All right. Take your screenshot.
There's 4 more.
Oh, okay. Take your screenshot anyway because I got to scroll down and I'll lose everything. Did you get it? Aren't you glad you came to class today? Aren't you glad you watched this video on YouTube? Aren't you glad you subscribed to Doc B Theory? Claire's like, oh, if this has to continue.
You should put the jingle right there. Edited.
Oh, what was it? Something cooler than that.
I think we wanted it to actually have a B when you said B.
Huh. Doc B Theory. There it is. Doc B
That's what it was.
Theory.
Dog beef.
Doc B Theory. Have you liked and subscribed? All right, we're scrolling down to do the last 4. Woo woo. Okay, another one of these deceptive cadence. Be carefuls. We figured them out, didn't we? It's just 5 to 6. Don't double. Don't double the third of the 6th, which is the 6th of the A chord. Am I right? That didn't sound right.
You do double it, right? To avoid the weird interval.
You double something, but you don't double the other thing. This is on
right.
page 88. Page 88 of our textbook.
So just double the right thing.
Right. The result in a doubled third in the 6th chord is what you want. And you don't want to double. You don't want to double the root of the 6. Okay. Pack. 5 to 1. Plagal, 4 to 1. And half cadence, anything to 5. We all right with that? Moving on. You got your screenshot? You're just going to watch the replay. It's cool. Questions on part A? Seeing none, hearing none, moving on. All right, the Schumann. Did we do this? I can't even remember anymore.
Yes, we did.
All right. Ooh, Anna Magdalena Bach notebook. Do y'all know about the Anna Magdalena notebook? No? For Bach's wife's birthday, I think in 1725, he gave her the sexiest gift ever, a green leather-bound notebook of music manuscript paper with the initials AMB embossed in gold and the year 1725 on the cover, I believe. You know, it's nice. It's what every woman wants. Valentine's Day's coming up. These jokes are falling flat. They need to be more sharp. Okay, then. Anyway, so what the family did was they wrote in little songs in these books. And some of them were original of the family members, and some of them were not. So just imagine you giving your significant beau a book of music manuscript paper, and they wrote out Miley Cyrus's Party in the USA in there. And for years and years, we thought it was original Crenshaw, but then we found out it was Cyrus. That's what's going on with the Anna Magdalena notebook. There's all these minuets, and they're like, hold on, that's not Bach, that's Petzold. That's what the Anna Magdalena notebook is. And most of these pieces are little minuets and dances and arias. And they're like the first thing that you teach kids when you give them a Bach piece. So to learn more about that, join my Music 150 piano teaching class next fall. So here's the minuet. I'm going to play it on the piano, and then I'll push play because it's probably on a harpsichord and sounds cool. And that's only in the first half that they give you. Pretty sure I forgot to check the box to share my audio with you. See if it's working today.
Exercise 10-1, B2.
Called it. Beautiful. Okay, so we are diagramming the form of measures 1 through 8, then diagram and name the form of measures 9 through 16. Find the best example of imitation between the melody and the bass. What does that mean? Label the chords implied by the two voices. Non-chord tones are in parentheses in the bass only. Note the best choice for measure 5 is not a 2-chord. Now they're covering their bases and saying, this is anonymous. We don't know if it really is Bach. But everyone else in the real world attributes this to Bach. For now. Till those musicologists find some shred of paper somewhere that says it's by Petzold or something. All right. Are you ready to diagram? What is our first cadence?
There's an inverted cadence in
It's a plagal cadence.
yeah, legal. Right.
Oh, an inverted plagal? Is that what we're calling it?
I suppose, yeah.
I am so confused as to where I'm at. I am number 2. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to do this on the score, and then we'll do it off the score. Is that all right? Okay, we're calling this plagal cadence. Okay, what are we calling this?
It's a half cadence.
Half cadence. So we have 2 4-measure phrases. Is this correct? So over here, I'm going to say we have an A. And we have a plagal cadence in measure 4. And then we have B, which has a half cadence in measure 8. Are we good with that so far? Questions, comments, concerns? Okay. 9, measure 9, what's going on? It's another
It's another flagle cadence. Sorry. It's just a repeat of measure 1 and measure 9.
so we can call it A again.
Yep.
Plagal cadence. This is measure 12. Do we have another B? Can we call it a B? Is it the same?
Yes.
They call it B prime. Why would they do such a thing?
Would it be because it ends in an authentic cadence instead of a half cadence?
I think you're right. So we have a pack here.
Well, would this be a double period?
Would it? I'm glad you said that. Yes, but there's more to it. What do we have to have a double period? Do you remember?
I thought it was similar or repeated phrases.
Yeah, so a double period consists typically of 4 phrases in 2 pairs. The cadence at the end of the second pair being stronger than the cadence at the end of the first pair. We've got that, don't we? However, we also have what? Do you remember Ode to Joy? What kind of a period did we have on Ode to Joy? It started with a P. We had a parallel period because they started with the same melodic material. And this has the same melodic material. So what we have is a parallel double period. True? Now, the book specifically asked us to, the workbook specifically asked us to discuss the relationship Didn't not? Maybe I read it wrong. It says, find the best example of imitation between the melody and the bass.
Is that a measure? I thought that was a measure 12, maybe.
What is it? Because of the rhythm? Yeah.
And the interval.
Yeah, and you have it here. Then you get it here. Yeah. You also have that there. It's identical. See it? So they told us to compare measure 5 with 13, didn't they? Label the chords implied by the two voices. Non-chord tones are in parentheses in the bass only. Note the best choice in measure 5 is not a 2-chord. Compare measure 5 with 13. So here's 5. Here's 13. We get this additional F sharp here, which makes it what?
A leading tone?
Scale chord 7. One chord, are we all right with that? Next chord.
One 6.
Good. They gave us the next chord as a 4. 1 6 2. Back to 1. 5. 1 6. 1. And we have a parallel double period, so we're gonna have 1 1 6. Oh, do we though? We get the 6 for right there. What's this? A and C at 15.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Salute.
How are we gonna do that? This needs a first inversion 6 right here, doesn't it? And then it's just normal there. We need a first inversion 6 here, right? This chord, A and C. What is it? Could we not call that a 2 chord?
That's what I was going to say, yeah.
Functions as a predominant, right? 2-6. All right. The only other thing that they wrote that we haven't written is that they call this an ant. Aunt Joni's here.
Could the D, could it be a 1-6-4?
Where are we?
Right at the 5-1. Could it be cadential?
Yeah.
So
I think it's a cadential, but they didn't write that. But they don't like writing those. But I absolutely agree. So we have an antecedent consequence phrase, yeah?
Dr. B, I got a question.
Go ahead.
Do we need to label the 6/4 chords because there's two different instances of a pedal 6/4?
Where?
Wait, that's not a 6/4. Never mind. Never mind. I read that wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw the 1-6. My brain was like, "Oh, that's a pedal," but I didn't see my words. I just completely overlapped. There's no 4.
Okay.
My bad.
No, it's fine.
is the I've got
Go
a
ahead.
question. Is
Go
the
ahead.
antecedent consequent? Is that true for both periods or just line measure 1 through 8 to 9?
1 through 8 is the antecedent
Okay.
because it ends in a half cadence. That's the question. And the consequent, we end with a perfect authentic cadence. So that is straight from the answer key. Questions on that? All right. Can I clear my screen? Clearing my screen. Haydn. Don't you play this, Ethan?
Not that one.
Exercise 10-1, B3.
All right. So we're supposed to diagram the form of this piece, of this 3-phrase excerpt. How would you explain the descending chords in measures 3 and 4 and 7 and 8? Let's listen to it again.
Exercise 10-1, B3.
Got to be a 6-4.
Like a passing 6/4? Can we go back to the Bach? I did it wrong. Did I? I did do the Bach wrong. Can we go back for a second? This is where we were, right? This is right. However, they take it a step further for part A. Because they wanted us to... So this is the whole form down here that we did, right? But they take A, 1 through 8, a step further. They break A down, which we didn't do. We did part. Let me show you what they did. They did A. How would they do A? Measures 1 through 8. Now I'm confused. Okay, so within A, they did this. Oops. X prime.
I was wondering about that, but I didn't think you could do a sentence and a cadence.
Yeah, they did a sentence here.
Why did they do a sentence?
Well, what's our definition of sentence?
A repeated figure. I guess it heads towards a cadence at some point.
So they're saying that this two-measure idea is melodic but doesn't cadence, and then it's repeated. And then we have material that leads to a cadence, which is that. Do you remember what the definition of X is in a sentence?
It's a musical idea.
Musical idea. And its variant. So the variant gets ornamented. Unlike the period, a sentence is typically, though not always, a single phrase in length. Well, here's your not always. Trying to skew the form. Are we okay with this? So they're saying the same thing over here.
Oh, there's only we're doing Bach or Haydn right now.
Bach.
Oh, we went back to Bach. Okay.
Yep. Or Bach to Bach. You You know, that's why Beethoven got rid of his chickens, right? They just said bok, bok, bok all the time. Thank you. I'll be here all semester. So we have an X and an X prime in here too. Although when they do the sentence thing, they don't call it AB. They call it phrase 1, phrase 2. I don't know how much that matters. Are we all right with this? I know it's kind of fuzzy. And that's okay. I just want you to do it and make an attempt. Okay? You'll make it. All right, can we leave this and go to Haydn now? Y'all got your screenshot, the wanted one? So they wanted us to diagram the form of the excerpt, which is what we did first. Then they wanted us to diagram specifically 1 through 8, and then specifically 9 through 16. They wanted us to find the imitation, which occurs, measures 12 and 13. And then they wanted us to come up with the Roman numerals, which we did. So we did all of 2. Now we're on to Haydn. So there's a lot of these examples, yes? Can I clear? Haydn.
Exercise 10-1, B3.
Okay. What do you notice? Where's our cadences? Raise your hand when you hear a cadence.
Exercise 10-1, B3.
There's a
There's
clear
sentence
one, right?
at the
Say
beginning.
again?
There's a sentence at the beginning
A sentence?
that ends in that cadence, that first one.
So what are you calling it? Measures what through what? Where's my X?
The first X starts at the pickup, and then going to the first half of measure 1, then the second one, the second half, to the second measure, first half of the second measure.
Oh, you're calling it really small.
That's what I saw, but no. It's a little too small, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I think you could make a case for it, actually, but the book did it different. I'm confused though. I thought a half cadence had to be on 5, doesn't it?
Yeah. Because maybe that's not a cadence, or is the book calling it a half
They're
cadence?
calling this a half cadence right here.
Well, it's pretty
Wow.
close to a 5 chord, 7 chord.
Isn't this fun when theory gets so sketchy? So they're saying X half cadence and 4.
Is that a Phrygian half cadence?
Phrygian has to be in minor, doesn't it?
I think I see the sentence now, though. There's a sentence that kind of takes up the whole entire piece.
So where's our other cadence?
Where's there? There's an A and a B too for. And we got the jet.
Hasn't made it to my house yet. Where do we finally get our big cadence? And where do we get our not so big cadence? Let's listen again, shall we?
Exercise 10-1, B3.
So we know these are pretty symmetrical, right? So measure 4, we get a half cadence. So guess what, kids? You're going to get another one in 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. It's a 1-6. What are we going to call that?
It's an IAC.
It's an IAC.
Inverted IAC.
Hey, good news. The jet just made it. Oh, dude. The teacher is reading somebody of the riot act in my daughter's class. She's going to call their parents because they're not listening to the story. Maybe I need to start making threats like that. You're not paying attention. Your cameras aren't on. You're not engaged. I'm going to call your parents. You're not participating. What do you think it would work? All right, big cadence at the end. What do we got?
That's the tail end of the sentence.
So is it a pack?
Yeah.
So we got X, X prime. We got a sentence. And our pack happens to measure 12, right?
Wait, Doc, I'm confused.
Me too.
I thought a 5-7-1 that would be an inverted IAC. Or was I wrong in my assumption? That's what the book says.
It probably is, and they're probably not making that distinction, but you're probably right.
Okay.
Not important enough.
Because there's 3 types of IACs, aren't there?
Yeah.
What were the other 2?
Imperfect, authentic, inverted, and then leading tone.
That's right. And I don't think they're going to distinguish that with the qualifier, but I'm glad that you can do it. Does it make sense?
Do the X's also make a period?
Hmm.
An A and a B?
No, but they make a phrase. Well, yes. No. Maybe? It says the two phrase. Wait, that's the... No. Maybe. That's the question again.
I was thinking like the first X could be like an A, and then the second one could be a B, because it's kind of a question and answer thing going on there.
Yes. I think you were right. If we look at number 4 on page 82. No, that's the next. Nope. Okay, so you're saying, can X and X1 be a phrase?
Something like that, yeah. Although that wouldn't, there's no double period in this. It would just be just those two.
Can you end a phrase on an IAC? Suppose you could.
I don't see any reason. I don't remember any reason why you can't. As long as the second cadence has to be stronger than the first one.
Could this be a 3-part phrase?
Yeah, because that's my problem. They're not symmetrical.
Right.
That would give you 8 plus 9 through 12. But they called it that, didn't they? Diagram and name the form of this 3-phrase excerpt. How would you explain the descending chords in measures 3 through 4 and 7 through 8? So we have 3 phrases as punctuated by the 3 cadences, correct? And they're all 4 measures in length, but they're calling it a sentence. And they said the descending chords in measures 3 through 4 and 7 through 8 can be understood as a harmonic sequence of first inversion triads, which is what you said, right, Ethan? Spikes. Note they help to smooth the connection between the cadential chords in each of these phrases.
So first inversion. So I was writing like 3, 2, 1. I mean, but it doesn't make harmonic sense. Or it breaks rules.
Yeah. Well, it would be 3, 6. No, yes, 3, 6.
2, 6, and 1,
1,
6.
6. Yeah, I think you're right. But remember, they would put those in brackets and they wouldn't say these are literally functioning that way. You remember that? Me either, but I think it's there. We were talking about these in which chapter? 9? No, 8. Triads and first inversion. They called them parallel 6 chords. Is that what we called them? Yeah. There's a great example on page 119, Pete. And they put them in parentheses. Just to let you know they're functioning as parallel 6 chords and not to... Just to know that. 119, there's an example. 120, there's also an example. All right, I want to leave Haydn, and I want to leave diagrams because I'm sick of them. 2 questions in the chat. Oh, yeah, that was like 5 minutes ago. Yep. Okay, I want to go over to the last part of our workbook assignment, which is this chord part. It's just a review. Can you notate the chords in the keys and bass positions indicated? E major, 1, 6. Jared, spell that for me.
Is it G sharp E B?
You could get away with that. Say that again. G sharp.
E.
E
Or would
B.
it be better to put the B and then the E?
That's what I would do. If I didn't draw my notes so huge. But yeah, you're right. You could get away with either. Because the Roman numeral is, or the Arabic number is only talking about the bottom note. But good.
What page is this?
This is the last page of the workbook.
Okay.
$86.
86?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. B flat 6 7. Who wants to do that one?
I can.
Okay, go.
G, B flat, D, F.
One more time.
G,
G.
B flat, D, F. I'm sorry, not. Wait, F? Yeah, F. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I had it right. It just looked weird because I was thinking in bass clef.
Tuba players, man. Yes, you were right. All right, let's do number 9 because it looks nasty. Number 9. Let's not do number 9. Let's do number 6. So we need a 7 diminished chord in first inversion. What's it going to be?
C sharp on bottom.
Is it?
For seventh chord. I was thinking 5. Yeah, okay. So it'd be the E.
And we're going to have a flat and a sharp. Is that legal? Only in certain states. Cool. Do we have enough knowledge to get this assignment done? Do we go on or do we review this next time? You'll see how the weekend goes and let me know. Just start working on these. And then come back Tuesday and we'll either say, wait a second, I need help, or let's go on. Are we okay with that? All right, I'll see y'all tomorrow to your training.
All right. Thanks, Doc B.
Okay,
Bye, Dr. Paston.
bye.
Thanks, Doc.
You're welcome.
Doc, I came in like 30 minutes late. The vet appointment took a lot longer than we expected. Sorry about that.
Everything all right?
Yeah, our dog was being really rowdy with the